Oh, it's official. Chrisean Rock just pulled the wildest move of the year, and the internet is absolutely losing its mind. Picture this. NBA YoungBoy hosts a high-profile event. Cameras flashing, fans screaming. And then, boom, in walks Chrisean Rock like she's auditioning for the next episode of Love and Hip Hop, Louisiana edition. Crowd froze. The security froze. Even the Wi-Fi froze. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, expected that face to show up there now. Before you start clutching your pearls, this isn't just about a surprise appearance. No. This is about timing. Because Blueface's drama is still sizzling on every blog page. Chrisean's name is trending every other week. And then she walks straight into NBA YoungBoy's event, like she's there to announce a collaboration or start a civil war. Within minutes, Twitter was in flames. Instagram comments looked like battlefield debris. And TikTok detectives were zooming in on every angle, analyzing body language like FBI agents on Red Bull. Was it a stunt, a setup, or a calculated move to break the internet one more time? Because when Chrisean Rock crashes a party, it's not an entrance. It's an explosion the night Chrisean Rock walked into NBA YoungBoy's event felt less like a celebrity appearance and more like an unscheduled crossover episode between two rival universes. This wasn't a quiet arrival. This was a headline that strutted through the door wearing glitter and chaos. Everyone in the building stopped breathing for at least 3 seconds. The DJ forgot what song was playing. Security exchanged looks that said, "Is this above our pay grade?" And somewhere, a blogger's phone started vibrating like a smoke alarm. To understand why this moment detonated the internet, you have to know the backdrop. Chrisean has spent months living rent-free in the algorithm, public fights, makeup to breakup sagas, and emotional Instagram lives that could qualify as soap operas. Her name doesn't trend. It dominates. Add NBA YoungBoy to that equation, the king of unpredictability. A man whose moods chart faster than Billboard hits, and you get the most combustible. Mix in hip-hop gossip since Offset tried to crash Cardi's stage. According to eyewitnesses, Chrisean didn't sneak in. She glided. Wearing a silver fit brighter than paparazzi flashes, she made eye contact with cameras like she owned the event. Some attendees swore they heard her say, "Y'all know who I am." Within minutes, someone uploaded a 12-second clip. Shaky, grainy, but powerful enough to break servers. Chrisean Rock at Y event. Trended on Twitter faster than any presidential debate. #. And then came the avalanche. Fan pages erupted. Blueface's followers began screaming betrayal in all caps. She doing this for clout? Ain't no way she just pulled up there. Comment sections turned into verbal MMA matches. Half the internet wanted answers. The other half wanted popcorn. But here's the kicker. Nobody really knew why she was there. Was she invited? Was it a stunt? A setup? Maybe just another day in the never-ending circus that is her social life. Conspiracy threads spun instantly. YoungBoy and Chrisean collab incoming. She trying to make Blueface jealous. This is Zeus Network promo. By the time someone said, "Let's wait for facts," the rumor already had a 1 billion view head start. Meanwhile, paparazzi outside the venue snapped every angle they could. One photo caught YoungBoy looking at his phone mid-set, expression unreadable. The caption, "War began. Why be shocked?" Versus why be didn't even notice. It didn't matter which was true. Perception had already become reality. Back on Instagram, Chrisean's stories went silent. No response, no denial. And that silence, that's her favorite weapon. Because Chrisean knows how to let speculation do the marketing. When she doesn't speak, internet fills the blanks with its own insanity. And that's better than any PR plan money could buy. Blueface, naturally, couldn't resist throwing shade. He posted a cryptic tweet. "When clowns link up, the circus make money." Within minutes, that line had been screenshot, memed, and remixed into 100 TikToks. Fans translated it into every language of Messinzas. Jealousy, pain, humor, and pure confusion. But let's be honest, this wasn't just petty drama. This was strategy. Whether Chrisean planned it or stumbled into it, she just hijacked NBA YoungBoy's night. What was supposed to be his event turned into her headline. Every blog that went to cover YB's performance ended up running Chrisean Rock appearance shocks crowd instead. That's not coincidence. That's guerrilla fame warfare. Even YB's fan base couldn't ignore it. Some said he looked annoyed. Others claimed he smiled mid-song. TikTok slowed down the footage like it was courtroom evidence. One creator said at timestamp 017, "Look, his eyes shift left. That's shock." Another replied, "Nah, that's the lighting." Entire comment sections turned into CSI, Baton Rouge. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, sources close to Chrisean claimed she was just networking. Networking. That's like saying Kim K showing up at a Taylor Swift concert is community outreach. Nobody bought it. People knew she came to make noise, and baby, mission accomplished. The reactions poured in. YouTubers dropped reaction videos within hours, thumbnails screaming with emojis and red circles. Gossip podcasts labeled it the most chaotic move since Chrisean threw a chair at Zoo Studios. Fans debated whether she was fearless or reckless, iconic or unhinged. But one thing was certain, she'd done it again. She'd hijacked the entire conversation in less than a day. Memes spread faster than facts. Chrisean pulling up like she owns the label became a TikTok sound. Someone edited her entrance to dramatic orchestra music. Another compared her to a Marvel villain entering the final battle. This woman is the Thanos of hip-hop drama. One tweet read, "What makes this moment so explosive isn't the walk-in, it's what it represents." Chrisean Rock has turned chaos into brand currency. Every scandal, every tear, every unpredictable outburst feeds the myth. And this event, it wasn't random, it was textbook Chrisean. The shock, the silence, the aftermath, all part of the performance. But while she's riding the algorithm like a wave, others are drowning in confusion. Blueface's loyal fans are furious. NBA YoungBoy's camp is reportedly side-eyeing the attention shift. And Chrisean, she's probably somewhere laughing, watching the world spin itself dizzy, trying to decode her next move. Because when it comes to Chrisean Rock, logic doesn't apply. You don't predict her, you survive her. And if you think this was the end of the chaos, oh no. The backlash hadn't even started yet. Twitter, sorry, X was the first to blow. Chrisean trying to start WWIII in Louisiana. One tweet said, "She's allergic to peace," wrote another. Thousands of quote tweets later, her name was trending in the top 3. Right under Drake versus Kendrick round 12. People were split, half of them calling her bold, half calling her delusional, and a solid 10% wondering if Blueface was about to crash the next flight to Baton Rouge. Then TikTok grabbed the baton and ran. Users were editing clips of her entrance to dramatic soundtracks. One used the Game of Thrones theme. Another used Crazy in Love, because of course they did. Chrisean Rock walking into YB's event like Thanos collecting Infinity Stones, said one viral caption. The comment section. A battlefield of laughing emojis and digital eye rolls. "She can't go 5 days without starting a new plot twist," said one viewer. Meanwhile, the gossip outlets smelled blood. Every blog that usually posts celebrity birthdays suddenly turned into investigative journalists overnight. Hollywood Unlocked posted a blurry photo of her at the bar and captioned it. Sources say the tension was thick. Another outlet claimed. Security was told not to approach her. Nobody knew if that was true. But in the world of online gossip, maybe means definitely. Naturally couldn't let it slide. He jumped back on live, shirtless as always. Pacing around his living room like a man filming a documentary called How to Lose Chill in 10 Seconds. "She weird, bro? Like, who even invited her? That's what I want to know," he said. Then, as usual, he added fuel to the fire by posting an Instagram story. "Don't play victim later." That sentence alone launched 1,000 memes. But the most savage reaction came from the fans themselves. Chrisean Rock walked into that event like she was the halftime show. One person joked. Another said, "Every time she steps out, The Wi-Fi trembles. People started creating fake flyers for the Chrisean Rock drama tour starring Confusion, sponsored by Chaos. It was hilarious, cruel, and genius all at once. Yet, the deeper the meme economy thrived, the uglier the tone got. Female fans who once loved her started calling her desperate, embarrassing, thirsty. Male fans turned the moment into a punchline. Even casual followers began questioning her motives. One comment said, "She's addicted to relevance." Another wrote, "This ain't confidence anymore. This is chaos cosplay." And while fans dragged her through digital mud, NBA YoungBoy stayed quiet, too quiet. His silence only made things worse. Was he ignoring it? Did he secretly invite her? Was there drama behind the scenes? The lack of clarity became gasoline on the rumor fire. Then came the alleged clip. Someone uploaded a short video of Chrisean talking to someone off camera, and instantly the internet decided it was NBA YoungBoy. They got footage, screamed one headline. Except the lighting was bad, the voice wasn't even clear, and within hours it was proven fake. But by then, the lie had already done its job. Now, here's where it gets Shakespearean. Blueface's mom, Carlisa, jumped in. "Yes, Carlisa, I live for drama Saffold." She posted a rant that could win an Oscar for pettiness. "My son tried to save her from embarrassment," she wrote. Now she out here embarrassing herself for free. Must be desperate for views. Fans flooded her comments with popcorn emojis. The family feud had officially gone public again. Meanwhile, Chrisean, silent, no reaction, no tweets, no lives, just calm before another storm. Her last post was a cryptic caption, "Don't need no invite to what's already mine." That line alone sent social media spiraling. Is she talking about YB? Is she saying she belongs everywhere? The interpretation Olympics began. Podcasts jumped in next. No Jumper dedicated a full segment titled "Chrisean Rock Crosses the Line Again." Even Charlemagne thought God mentioned it on The Breakfast Club at this point. Chrisean Rock is hip-hop's Joker. You never know what she's gonna do, but you know it's gonna trend. He wasn't wrong. By the time the second day hit, YouTube had exploded. Reaction channels uploaded. What really happened when Chrisean Rock crashed NBA YoungBoy's event? Complete with clickbait thumbnails showing her photoshopped next to a shocked IB. Some creators analyzed her movements like a sports replay. "Look right here. See that head tilt? That's confidence." Another replied, "No bro, that's regret." But beneath the chaos, something deeper was happening. The internet wasn't just reacting to Chrisean's stunt, it was dissecting her persona. She'd become more than an artist. She was a spectacle. People didn't follow her music, they followed her meltdowns. Every appearance, every outburst, every viral moment fed into the mythos of the unstoppable Chrisean. She wasn't just in the spotlight, she was the spotlight. Still, not everyone was laughing. Some fans genuinely worried. "This ain't funny anymore." One tweet read, "This girl needs real support, not views." But empathy online lasts shorter than a TikTok trend. 10 minutes later, that same thread turned into a joke fest again. Behind the scenes, insiders say YoungBoy's team wasn't happy. They reportedly saw her appearance as an unnecessary distraction. The event was supposed to be about his latest music rollout, not another reality TV crossover. But you can't control a viral storm once it's loose. Within 48 hours, the chaos had generated millions of impressions, thousands of comments, and endless memes all orbiting around one woman who didn't even say a word, whether she planned it or not. She owned the internet again. And that's the thing about Chrisean Rock. She's not just unpredictable, she's inevitable. You can cancel her, drag her, meme her, block her, but you can't ignore her. However, as the laughter started to fade and the think pieces started rolling in, the tone shifted. What began as a moment of mockery turned into a conversation about clout, control, and the cost of controversy. Because every scandal burns bright until it starts burning you. And this one. Oh, it was about to torch reputations, relationships, and maybe even careers. Because after all that dragging, something unexpected happened. And the aftermath. Nobody was ready for it. By day 3, the fire had spread everywhere. It wasn't just gossip blogs and reaction channels anymore. Mainstream outlets started covering it. Complex, XXL, and Vibe all dropped think pieces titled things like, "When drama becomes a brand, the Chrisean rock effect, the event she casually walked into had turned into a digital inferno that refused to die down. The public dragging reached peak velocity. Comment sections turned into coliseums of chaos. People weren't just talking about what she did, they were psychoanalyzing her entire existence. She's crying for attention," said one post. "Nah, she's a genius. She knows the algorithm better than her PR team," said another. Everyone suddenly became a philosopher of fame. And while fans ripped each other apart in the comments, Chrisean Rock was sitting back and letting the world implode. Her silence once again became her secret weapon. You see, when everyone's shouting, the quiet one becomes the mystery. And mystery sells faster than Marcotte. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. Just as the backlash reached nuclear levels, Chrisean broke her silence with a single Instagram Live. No fancy setup. No lighting crew, just her, a hoodie, and that unmistakable mix of confidence and chaos. She started with, "Y'all acting like I robbed a bank. I just walked into a room, the chat went insane." Tens of thousands tuned in instantly. She laughed mid-sentence, rolled her eyes and said, "If my name make y'all money, cool, but don't act like I ain't been that girl." That one line turned everything upside down. Fans who were dragging her hours earlier suddenly flipped. She's unbothered. She's iconic. She's playing chess while they playing Uno. The same internet that tried to bury her ended up crowning her again. And here's where things got really poetic. NBA YoungBoy himself posted a cryptic emoji on his story. That's it. No words, no explanation. But that single pair of eyes sent social media into cardiac arrest. Is he co-signing her? Is there a collab coming? Did they talk after the event? Suddenly, the outrage turned into intrigue. Chrisean had done it again, flipped public backlash into free promotion. She turned humiliation into headlines, criticism into currency. The same energy that dragged her was now fueling her. And whether intentional or instinctive, it was marketing genius by the end of the week. She was trending again not as the girl who crashed YB's event, but as the woman who outsmarted the internet. Even her haters couldn't deny it. You gotta admit. One tweet said, "Chrisean really turned a scandal into a strategy." But behind the social media glow, the real-world fallout was brutal. Blueface reportedly unfollowed her again, then reposted old clips implying betrayal. His mother doubled down saying, "See? She don't care about nobody but the spotlight." Fans took sides like it was the Super Bowl of toxicity, Team Blue versus Team Chrisean. V's team drama. Even other celebrities weighed in. Suki Hana commented, "I would have went to They Mad She Fearless." JT from City Girls tweeted, "Y'all hate women with confidence until they act like men with confidence." That single tweet went viral and reignited the gender debate. Suddenly, it wasn't about Chrisean versus Blueface anymore. It was about women in hip-hop owning their narrative. Meanwhile, YouTube talk shows were feasting on the mess. Titles like Chrisean Rock, Marketing Genius, or Chaos Queen. And how she outsmarted the whole industry again flooded timelines. Views skyrocketed. Every clip of her walking into that event was replayed, reanalyzed, recontextualized. The same 15 seconds of footage became the most profitable moment of the week. But deep down, the scandal left scars. The backlash forced Chrisean to face how much her brand relied on controversy. As one blogger put it, "When your chaos becomes your currency, what happens when people stop paying attention?" It was harsh, but true. Chrisean wasn't just battling public opinion. She was battling the very system that made her famous. Still, If there's one thing she's proven, it's that she knows how to rise from the ashes even when she lit the match herself. Within days, she teased a new single on her Instagram story with the caption, "Y'all made me trend, now make me chart." Fans lost it. She'd taken all the noise, all the backlash, and turned it into anticipation. The snippet alone hit 1 million views before the song even dropped. T.I. to Baby. Even Tamar Braxton reportedly liked the post. That's when everyone realized this wasn't an accident. This was calculated chaos. Chrisean Rock had once again taken a scandal that could have destroyed her, and flipped it into a spotlight dot by the end of it all. She walked away untouched, the villain and the victor, the clown and the crown at the same time. The internet dragged her through every insult imaginable. But when the smoke cleared, she was still standing louder, shinier and trending dot, and somewhere in the corners of the internet. Even the haters had to admit it. You might not like her, but you can't ignore her. Because in today's fame economy, outrage is oxygen and Chrisean Rock. She's learned how to breathe fire. And that, my friends, is how Chrisean Rock turned a 5-minute appearance into a 5-day digital earthquake. One walk-in, no words, no promo. Just pure unfiltered chaos that sent the whole industry spiraling. You can't teach that kind of virality. You either have it in your DNA or you don't. And clearly, Chrisean's got it like caffeine in her bloodstream. The internet dragged her, roasted her, psychoanalyzed her, and still couldn't stop watching. Because love her or hate her, she moves the culture. Every tweet, every rumor, every "did you see that?" moment is proof that controversy isn't her downfall, it's her business model. And once again, the queen of chaos cashed in while everyone else was busy complaining. So before you log off acting like you wouldn't have clicked that video yourself, come on now. You live for this drama just like the rest of us. Smash that like button like Blueface smashing another tweet. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Chrisean out of line for pulling up? Or was she just reminding everyone who really runs the algorithm? And don't forget to subscribe, because if you think this was messy, wait until you see what's next. The industry doesn't sleep, and neither do we. Every scandal, every leaked clip, every messy breakup and unexpected reunion, we catch it first, we roast it best, and we serve it hotter than the shade room on a Sunday morning. This is Secret Scoop, where receipts meet sarcasm and truth gets a makeover.